ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to One Inclusion Live Weekend. Today is Saturday, the 5th of February, 2022. I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadyo and on Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. I'd like to apologize for the delay because I just finished some activities in the webinar of the Career and Placement Unit of BENIL and the Saturday series of Best Buddies Philippines. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment, and we will be back after our commercials. Now this.
Matapang pa rin tayo. Ang tropa, hindi nang iiwan. Ang senyas, isang instrumento. Ilang beses matumba, tayo huling babangon. Luman ang ating pinagaling. Tayo ay muling liliwan. Para sa pangarap, para sa pamilya, at para sa bayan. Tayo ang ida. Tuloy ang inclusion.
Okay. Welcome back to One Inclusion Live Weekend. We shall now commence our presentation for this day. Hi everyone, good day to all of you. This is my pre-recorded presentation for the One Inclusion Live Weekend. Today is Saturday, the 5th of February 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Javeliana Kanahashi from Hands in Inclusion Philippines. In our topic for this day, we will discuss to you about living independently in terms of autism awareness. In other words, or in layman's term, people in spectrum living independently or must need little more support. So without further ado, here now is our topic in our pre-recorded presentation proper for One Inclusion Live Weekend for this day. Independence, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most important skills that any child or teenagers can learn. Behavior management, personal finance, and adaptive skills are all the elements of independent living, but these can be difficult for individuals with autism. So when we say independence, meaning you have to show that you are doing everything by yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So what are the different degrees of independence? It is important to understand that a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder does not mean that your child or your family member will not be able to date, make friends, attend college, get married, become a parent, or have a satisfying career. Persons with autism spectrum disorder do these things and more every day. What an autism spectrum disorder diagnosis does mean is that your child or family member will progress differently than people without autism spectrum disorder. What are the skills to be taught for young adults in the spectrum to be more independent? Managing money, to pay bills, rent, food, utilities, and the list goes on. Managing their lives to know when to go to bed and when to wake up so that you will not be late for work or classes. Eating right, creating shopping lists, buy food, preparing your meals, order some takeout, take medications, and maintain good health and hygiene, especially that we are in the pandemic at this time, ladies and gentlemen. Getting to appointments, work stores, social engagements, and the list goes on. Attending to chores and the needs of the family, like cleaning the house, washing and folding the laundry, and the list goes on. In self-help and determination skills of persons with autism, we refer to the determination and the self-help as the ability of individuals with autism spectrum disorder to be aware of themselves emotionally, physically, and cognitively to create and attain their goals. With the intervention of psychiatrists or therapists, individuals receive a new understanding of their personal strengths and weaknesses, which is integral to their development and ability to live independently. In functional communication, for a person to live independently, they must be able to express desires, feelings, and concerns to those they live or interact with. These include the following: strong, lasting friendships, satisfying and supportive romantic relationships, and effective communication with employers or employees. In the reduction of problems, it can be difficult, extremely difficult, ladies and gentlemen, for individuals with behavior problems to live independently. They need skills to acknowledge and manage their emotions safely and consistently. Part of this can be achieved through communication, but it's also necessary to teach the skills on how to cope your behaviors. Through data-driven and science-backed applied behavior analysis techniques, therapists and psychiatrists help individuals struggling with self-injurious actions, distress, and emotional regulation so they can enjoy a higher quality of life. In career path and employment, ladies and gentlemen, individuals with autism should learn skills that will help them find and keep a job or to enter the world of work as well. To identify their strengths, therapists will help individuals in the spectrum achieve their goal of having a job and being able to financially support themselves. Money management. To achieve security and independence in finances, individuals with autism must learn how to open a bank account, use bank-related cards like credit cards and debit cards, and how to update and balance a checkbook. Before a person moves away from home, sit down with them, make the list of expenses: rent, groceries, medicines, personal items, and other important expenses, especially essentials like medicine, food, and the list goes on. You can highlight or visually distinguish the items that they need in order to pay regularly. Young adults with autism spectrum disorder are more likely to live with their parents and least likely to live independently after leaving their high school studies as compared to those with other types of disabilities, according to researchers, ladies and gentlemen. About 17% of young adults on the spectrum live independently at the age of 21 to 25. After leaving high school, the vast majority of young adults with autism spend at least some time living with a parent, and most have never tried another living situation. What are the struggles of young adults with autism spectrum disorder in terms of living independently? No opportunity on jobs. Young adults with autism are less likely to find work or live on their own than their peers with other kinds of disabilities. Two new studies show. The first study focused on employment. Researchers found that they only have half of those with autism had ever held a job since high school, and only about a third were currently working. The second study focused on living arrangements. Researchers found that only 17% of young adults with autism between the ages of 21 to 25 had ever lived on their own. Anxiety. Why anxiety? Because some adults with Asperger's syndrome put together a life. Many live with their worries that it could all come apart because of how precariously it is crafted. Working so hard to fit in order to understand or hide your neurology comes with a very high price tag. In addition to the exhaustion, there's often a huge overlay of depression and anxiety on top of the basic neurological condition. It is so depressing when there is no obvious place in the world where you are or where you belong. Everyone else seems to know the rules by heart, and you were never given the manual. Financial consequences. 12% of adults with Asperger's syndrome are working full-time, 6% in part-time. Based on a survey, over 80%, these more able adults who are not currently in any employment said they wanted to. According to the survey, it shows that 37% of the respondents answered the question on independent living, 24% of the total sample. They said that their son or daughter could live independently with only a few hours support each week. 4% are already living independently, and 13% with some professional or family support. What are the benefits of person with autism that lives independently? Prioritization like other PWDs, which are entitled to discounts, courtesy lanes, medical and dental services. Some countries give benefits to those who are in the spectrum. High-functioning people with autism could live independently, but they should have utmost care with their parents or guardians. Adults in the spectrum will prefer a modest space rather than large space enough to live. Organization and cleanliness is done, especially when they are trained at a young age. To summarize our topic, independent living is being desired by mostly high-functioning adults as they are more socially exposed and they are conscious about their surroundings, especially what they notice on their peers like co-workers, family members, or even some of their acquaintances. Unlike the high-functioning group, other persons from the spectrum might want also to live independently, but it should be done with utmost care with their parents or guardians, especially decision making. For the parents, this could be a costly decision which involves a high amount of money for their children in the spectrum. Not all in this spectrum are not given equal opportunities to work, which could hinder their desire to live independently due to lack of resources. The causes based in the majority of the spectrum are depression and anxiety, which they cannot live all alone, especially when they are attached with their families or their guardian. Before I end the topic, we need to show that we need to have the right to live independently. But we need to do this with our utmost care, especially for us in the autism spectrum disorder in the PWD sectors, not only in our country, but throughout the world as well. And that concludes our pre-recorded presentation. Thank you very much. Okay, we will be back after our commercial with coming up later our CNOCA. Know your candidates in the 2022 national elections and also our very important announcements. Now this.
Para sa aking pamilya, para sa aking kapwa, at para sa bayan. Kahit mahirap, kahit masakit, mahal ko kayong lahat. Kahit anong mangyari, ikaw, ako, tayo. Ating isisigaw sa mundo. Inklusibong may tatag, angat buhay itatahak.
Welcome back to One Inclusion Live Weekend. So now it's the time for our remaining parts of our show for this day. First, let's have CNOCA. Know your candidates in the 2022 national elections. So our candidate feature for this episode for this day is Shell Jokno. He is a longtime human rights lawyer, the founding dean of the College of Law of De La Salle University, the chairman of the Free Legal Assistance Group, and in 2004 to 2006, he is the special counsel to the Development Bank of the Philippines. Actually, he expect to run for 2019, but he didn't make it. But he has his chance to run this year. So, check your ballots and vote for Shell Jokno in the May 9, 2022 national elections. So, here are some of our very important announcements. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have some products for sale at our HNI Inclusion Philippines online shop. So the products we are selling are our Talano Gold colored One Inclusion Nation t-shirts and the 5 colored One Inclusion Nation t-shirts available in red, black, blue, white, and yellow. For the Talano Gold, sizes are ranged between small to extra large, and prices are ranged between 325 to 350 pesos. And for the One Inclusion Nation t-shirts, all sizes were 275 pesos. For our tote bags, it's available in white and black. Sizes are ranged between medium to large, and prices are ranged between 150 to 200 pesos. So how can you order? Well, first of all, we'll be very strict on payments. Payment first before purchase. I repeat, payment first before purchase. And we're accepting payments from GCash and we'll deliver your ordered products via GoGo Express and LBC. Ladies and gentlemen, the HNI Inclusion Philippines online shop is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5, but it will continue to serve in areas under Alert Level 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Its operating hours are from 12 midnight to 11:59 in the evening. So for a full list of orders, please visit the Hansen Inclusion Philippines Facebook page or email us at hansen.inclusion@gmail.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, we at Hansen Inclusion Philippines needs your help. We have already been struggling with our financial problems in our organization, including us. So, regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the amount is smaller or larger. It will be appreciated for you guys to help Hands in Inclusion Philippines. How? Ladies and gentlemen, purchase our products in the online shop and to scan and donate using GCash and this QR code that is flashed on your screen. So, if you want to donate, please donate using this QR code and you can do it as early as now. Kailan po ang inyong tulong para sa ating org? Kasi sa totoo lang, many of us are already struggling with our finances, our financial problems in our organization. Ladies and gentlemen. So, you will see this in one of our posts in the social media pages of Hands in Inclusion Philippines. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Please, please, please lang. Please continue to help Hands in Inclusion Philippines for its fundraising project. We're aiming to raise funds in our organization, and the purpose of this is to be used in order for us to have a bigger, better, and a bolder Hands in Inclusion Philippines. The proceeds from the sales and the donations from the organization will go to us here in our group, Hands in Inclusion, for the formality, for the expenses, as well as the financial aid of our members due to the effects of this trying time. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much in advance for your continuous generosity and for your support to our organization. For those who did this, we'll be glad you did. We have some remaining events coming up for the month of February in Best Buddies Philippines. On February 12 at 4 p.m. on our Best Buddies Philippines Saturday series of learning, it will be Valentine's Day with Best Buddies Philippines Citizens Group Chapter. We will also have Wellness Wednesday with Coach Pepper on February 16 at 3 p.m. On February 19, it's rock painting. And on February 26 at 4 p.m., ice cream social. So if you want to join these events for February 12, 16, 19, and 26, follow Best Buddies Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you the registration form and the link as well. It will also be viewed on the Best Buddies Philippines Facebook page. In Best Buddies Philippines, make a friend, be a friend. We'd like to urge everyone to continue to support Project Sold Out. We'll thank Special Achievers, Hiraya Gallery, and our partners, Ateneo Special Education Society, Autism Strong, Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, College of Rehabilitation Sciences Student Council, Hands in Inclusion, Philippines, Little Hands ISCO with UNICEF, Philippine Academy of Occupational Therapists, Society of Occupational Therapy Majors, the ABLE Center, Tugon Ateneo, the UP Collegiate Association of Speech Pathologists, and You Belong PH. If you want to check this out, please check Special Achievers Facebook page as well. If you're feeling hungry, then you may want to order some of the foods from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant and the Kuya Korea Restaurant. First, for the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant for our all-day breakfast, tapa sobra, chicken tocino, corned beef brisket, homemade spam, and beef salpicao. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos. For our rice trays, beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly bird ends, charred chicken, and boneless fried chicken. Prices are ranged between solo to large, and sizes are ranged rather in solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,700 pesos. For our sandwiches, the fried chicken sandwiches, pulled pork sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken tocino sandwich. Sizes are ranged between regular, large, solo, and box of fours, and prices are ranged between 320 pesos to 1,540 pesos. For our pasta, we have mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos. So how can you order? Head over to the Sobra Comfort Food website, select the dishes you want to order, choose between pick up or delivery, pay conveniently through any of the saved integrated payment methods, and your order is confirmed. Expect updates via text or email. If you want to crave for Kuya Korea restaurant, here are the menus. For the rice bowls, beef bibimbap, beef bulgogi, pork samgyup, and K-pop chicken. Prices are ranged between 195 to 220 pesos. For the chicken, for the boneless popcorn chicken, sizes are ranged between half to whole, and prices are ranged between 235 to 435 pesos with the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, and beef, and K buffalo. If you want to order there, please check the Kuya Korea website for your orders as well. Lastly, follow Hansen Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It will be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Facebook, Hansen Inclusion PH, InkluRadyo, InkluSports, InkluNihan, and the online shop. Instagram, Hansen Inclusion PH, Kumu, HNI Philippines, and subscribe to our Hansen Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much as well. Coming up later on Magpayo Tayo Ka Inclusion, we will discuss about what is person with autism and how can we appreciate them. Find out on this topic later tonight on Magpayo Tayo Ka Inclusion at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on InkluRadyo, and it will also be viewed on the next day on the Hansen Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. With me, yours truly, Miguel Kanahashi, Christian Chan, Asher Santos, and for technicals, Sir Mark Betita. Now it's the time for our greetings. So, for our greetings, to Millicent Bevera Macuse, good evening to you. Thank you for watching. To those who are celebrating their birthdays today, happy birthday and expect the more birthdays to come. To those who are celebrating their anniversaries, happy anniversary as well. Also, I would like to say good evening and thank you to the following. To my family, good evening. To Hansen Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Benilde, and other PWD organizations, thank you very much as well. To my high school and college friends, good evening as well. And to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood, but if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health and your well-being as well. And also to those who are watching us on InkluRadyo, thank you very much as well. And if you missed this episode, it will be premiered on the next day on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. As we close our show for this day, I would like to share with you our final words for the day. From Paul Turner. Sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. That's why we need to live independently. In order for us to show that we're independent, dapat masanay tayo para hindi tayo makakaproblema. Ladies and gentlemen. And also, guys, tomorrow is Sunday. As HNI Inclusion Pilipinas continues to put God first, regardless of our faith, we remind to us that Sunday is a day of rest and faith. Let us have the time to be courteous, be considerate, and also for cooperation in order for the people to attend religious services, regardless if it's face-to-face and online. So it will be best for your silence and also for your best behavior as well as we prepare ourselves to enter God's presence. Okay, that's a wrap for One Inclusion Live weekend episode for this day. For Saturday, February 5, 2022. I'll see you again later today at 8 p.m. for Magpayo Tayo Ka Inclusion. On behalf of InkluRadyo and Inclusion Philippines, I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi. May awa ang Diyos. Makakaraos po tayo. Sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya, at bayan hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Good evening to all. Magandang gabi. May the mighty God bless us all. Pagpalain naman tayo ng buong may kapal. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Have a blessed evening to all and bye for now. Bye-bye.